Okie dokie. So welcome everybody. Welcome to a Taste of Saint Lucia virtual evening. My name is Nicole Compton and I will be your main host for this evening. So I will be doing a presentation on Saint Lucia, telling you all about the destination, inspiring you to hopefully book some last minute Christmas holidays or to look at your holidays for 2021 and beyond. You'll also be hearing from a couple of our hotel partners this evening. We do have a special guest as well joining us from Saint Lucia, Chef Orlando. And at the end of the evening, we will be giving away some prizes. So make sure you stick with us till the end. So that way you can be in a chance to win some fabulous prizes. I know there's a bottle of rum or so that will come in handy for Christmas. There's a couple of gift vouchers as well this evening. So today I'll just introduce you to some of my co-hosts. We do have a travel agent with us, Karen Thornton. She's a travel counselor. So if you are inspired by the end of this presentation and you want to book to Saint Lucia, then she's able to look at some inquiries for you. Victoria Cranmer will be telling you about Bay Gardens Resort. Julia Fletcher will be telling you all about Tete Rouge, and Carolyn Trebetsko will be telling you all about Anne-Chasnay and Jade Mountain. So without further ado, I'm going to start off by showing you a little video which will hopefully inspire you with Saint Lucia. But before we do that, just to give you an overview how the evening is going to run. So you're going to be with us for about an hour or so. We'd love you to interact with us in the chat box. Tell us if you've been to Saint Lucia before, why you love Saint Lucia, if you're thinking about going, if it's on your bucket list. We definitely want to hear from you. And if you do have any questions as well, please jump into the chat box and we will do our best to answer those for you at the end of each of our presentations. So this evening, you will hear all about her resume. We'll tell you some facts about the destination and how you can get there. I'll also tell you about the stunning beauty of Saint Lucia. I'll show you the variety of things there is to do on island. I'll tell you why Saint Lucia is known as the romance capital of the Caribbean. We will be hearing from those amazing hotel partners, giving you a couple of choices of our diverse accommodation that we have available in Saint Lucia. We'll tell you a little bit about our delicious cuisine, and Chef Orlando is going to be doing a short cooking demo for you as well, giving you an option of something that you can try probably for Christmas to impress your family if you are having any gatherings. I will tell you all about our travel protocols at the moment. Traveling within COVID-19 times. We know it has been a difficult year, but we want to let you know that Saint Lucia is open and we are waiting to welcome you. I'll tell you how you can stay connected with us if you want to sign up to our newsletter, visit any of our socials, and if you have any questions on the destination, definitely pop them into the chat box and we will go ahead and answer those for you. So without further ado, this is Saint Lucia. Saint Lucia is the only country in the world to be named after a woman. This is why we say, let her inspire you. Let this beautiful woman inspire you to come and visit, because every soul which touches her shores, they fall in love with her. She's bordered by the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean, and she is home to the UNESCO World Heritage Site of the Piton Mountains and also the Caribbean's only drive-through volcano. Now, just a couple of fast facts on Saint Lucia. We have two airports in Saint Lucia. We have a domestic airport, George F.L. Charles, which serves all our regional flights around the Caribbean. And we also have an international airport called Hirona International, and that's where all our flights come in from Europe, the UK, and North America. We operate direct flights out of London, out of the UK, and it takes approximately 8 hours to get to Saint Lucia. So that's about 1 or 2 meals and maybe a gin or tonic or two. Now, Saint Lucia's terrain and typography makes a transfer from the south to the north of the island about 90 minutes by road. However, we do have helicopter and boat transfers available to get you around the island. It is a tropical all year round climate. So we like to say that we get a little occasional liquid sunshine, but typically you can enjoy lovely days at the beach, topping up your tan and enjoying that vitamin D. We do speak 2 languages in Saint Lucia. English is our main language. However, we also have a broken French, Creole that's spoken as well, which is called patois. That's from our French and English heritage. Saint Lucia was actually 7 times British, 7 times French. And you can see that a lot around the island in terms of some of the towns, the small cities, the food, the music, the culture, and the heritage. So we do have that rich French and English history. We accept two currencies island-wide, the Eastern Caribbean dollar and also the US dollar. And British passport holders do not require a visa for Saint Lucia, but your passport must be valid for the duration of your trip. Now, in terms of getting to Saint Lucia, it couldn't be easier. We fly directly out of the UK from London Gatwick with both British Airways and TUI. British Airways will be resuming their daily flight service from the 10th of December, and a couple of days during the Christmas period, where they will have 2 flights a day. So if you're thinking of a last minute holiday of St. Lucia, it now will be the best time to book. TUI, it will also be resuming their service from London Gatwick and from Manchester, and they operate a weekly service. Now, at the moment, unfortunately, it's not possible to do twin centers with America. However, when we do resume back to normality, North America does make some great twin center opportunities, flying into hubs such as New York, Miami, Boston, Chicago. So if you're ever thinking of doing a little bit of shopping in the US and then you want to head down to top of your tan, then we are in the perfect location for a twin center with North America. Now let me inspire you with her natural beauty. So Saint Lucia is home to our UNESCO World Heritage Site of the Piton Mountains. These are two iconic peaks which tower above the Caribbean Sea. From different parts of the West Coast, they boast some of the most amazing views, and they make the most amazing backdrops for a lot of for those memorable moments. If you are interested in hiking, there's actually an option where you can actually hike the Pitons as well, and the view from the top is indescribable. This is Marigot Bay. This is one of my favorite images because it really shows how green, how lush the island is. We refer to the island as a her. So she's this very beautiful, lush green woman that everybody tends to fall in love with. Marigot Bay was actually described as being one of the prettiest bays in the Caribbean, and this picture definitely speaks volumes of that. This is one of my favorite beaches. It's called the Raby Beach, located in Rodney Bay. We're fortunate enough in Saint Lucia to have both white and black sandy beaches, because we are also home to the Caribbean's only dry full volcano of the Sulphur Springs. In the far corner, what you can see is Pigeon Island National Park. That is actually where the British were stationed when they were fighting for St. Lucia. So there you can see some of the original ruins, their cannons, their houses where they used to live. We do host a number of events in Pigeon Island, and you can also do private events as well. So if you have like a wedding party or a big family group, a special occasion, we can definitely do something quite special there for you. Our waterfalls speak for itself. These beautiful natural environments, a lot of them include a small hike into the rainforest, but the view, the scene that you come to at the end is definitely undescribable. Now, St. Lucia is not your typical sun, sea, and sand destination. When we actually branded St. Lucia with Let Her Inspire You, what we really wanted to do was take it away from the connotation that people think of, and really showcase the island as a place where you can do as much as you want to, or take as much out of it as you want. So if you want to hike up the Pitons or hike through the rainforest, you can do so. But if you just want to lay on the beach and enjoy some cocktails, as I sometimes like to do, you can definitely do so as well. Now, some of the options that we have in St. Lucia include ziplining through the rainforest. We do have 3 ziplining sites on island. If ziplining like Tarzan's a little bit too much for you, there is an option of doing an aerial tram tour as well. That just hovers above the rainforest, and it really shows you the interior of the island, how green and how lush the island actually is. I've slotted in a couple of my images in here because I love to get out and do stuff when I'm in St. Lucia. I like to do a lot of the activities. So one of my favorites is the Segway tour, which you can do in Rodney Bay. It definitely takes some getting used to, finding your balance, but once you get on and you found that balance, then you don't want to get off. Like I always find it ends too quickly at the end. So if you've never tried it before and you want to give it a go, I definitely recommend it. The guides who do it are incredible. If you're not confident, they will help you along, and they never leave anybody behind. At our drive-through volcano, you can also have a sulfuric mud bath, where they do say it makes you come out looking 10 years younger. So if you want a little bit of inexpensive spice, definitely something that I would recommend. I'm actually celebrating my 50th birthday in a couple of weeks, but as you can see, I've had quite a few mud baths, so it's definitely done me some good. So if you want to, you can definitely try it out as well. And as I mentioned, some beach days isn't a beach. There's no day that's specific beach day in Saint Lucia. Every day can be a beach day, whether you're just hanging out, chilling with your family and friends, or if you're doing an excursion, sea helmet trek, or if you're doing some snorkeling, you can definitely enjoy that on one of our many beaches on island. You can do some horseback riding as well. And there's also some jungle biking that you can do with us as well. Now, one of my new favorite activities is an ATV tour. So I couldn't help myself by not putting one of these images in there. I did not know I had the need for speed until I got onto one of these ATVs. And this is an amazing tour. They take you along the east coast of the island, where you get to see the beautiful Atlantic Ocean slapping against the rocks and take it in, and be able to take it all in. On a clear day as well, you can actually see our neighboring island of Martinique. So this is one of the many tours which actually take you along the east coast, and you really get to enjoy some of that. They can tie that in with some turtle watching. You can also do some fishing as well. So we're really able to cater to the needs and create various different itineraries for the stuff that you enjoy doing on island. Being surrounded by water, we have an abundance of water activities. You can do some sea kayaking with us, sea helmet trek, which you can also do in Rodney Bay. We have over 25 dive sites on island, and some of the most amazing dive operators who can take you out, and they're just so professional and so knowledgeable that you're able to see some of the most amazing marine life. So if you are into diving or you want to get PADI certified, you can definitely do that on island with us. And you can also snorkel as well. My last trip to Saint Lucia, we snorkeled just off the shore, and I actually felt like I was in a scene of Finding Nemo, because there was just so many colorful fish and coral around. So our crystal clear waters make us the perfect home for snorkeling. There's also whale and dolphin watching when that's in season. Typically that is in the colder months, as they tend to migrate closer to warmer waters as it gets a little bit colder. But because they are in their natural habitat, it is, but if you see them, then you're quite fortunate and quite lucky. But a day out at sea is amazing. You can also do some fishing as well. If you are into yachting and you want to maybe hire your own yacht to sail around Saint Lucia, you can definitely do so. If you want to do a couple of boat tours, we have full day and half day tours as well, where they take you down to the pitons. They've got a fully stocked bar, they've got some appetizers. Sometimes they can get a DJ on board the catamaran for you. And you get to take some of the most amazing pictures. This was me on my last catamaran trip. As you can see, I have a nice rum punch in my hand. And this was the closest, at that point, that was the closest I got to the pitons before actually doing the hike a couple of months after. We're also perfect for bird watchers. So if you are into birding, we have about 176 species of birds on island. 6 of them are actually endemic to the islands. They're only found there. So you really get to see some unique species of birds with us in Saint Lucia. And as everybody has camera phones now, we love sharing our images on social media, etc. You can really share some of the most amazing images with your friends and families, and maybe even some that might go viral as well. If you do just want to lay on, just relax and enjoy your holiday, then by all means, we will welcome you to do that. A lot of our resorts have some of the most amazing spas where we use a lot of our natural products that which can be found in and around Saint Lucia. So whether it's our homemade coconut oil or a chocolate scrub, or even doing a bamboo massage from bamboo that's actually cut from local bamboo trees in Saint Lucia, we can definitely tailor your treatments to you. So if you suffer from stress normally or jet lag, then definitely let the receptionists of the spas know, and they're able to cater to your needs. Now, one of my absolute favorite things to do, besides eating, is to actually make chocolate. Now, Hotel Chocolat, they do have a cocoa plantation in Saint Lucia where you can do a bean to bar experience and learn to make your own bar of chocolate. So they teach you the history about the cocoa bean and chocolate, and how chocolate was made over 100 years ago. And in exchange, you get to produce your own bar of chocolate that you can take home with you. Keeping into the food and drink theme, you can also take a trip down to our distillery where you can try all the rums that we make in Saint Lucia. We show you how we make the rums. And at the end of the tour, you actually get to this very long table, which has every bottle of rum that we produce. And you can make your way through the entire collection, or you can pick some of your favorites. It can go a little bit messy after that. However, if you've got load up on the chocolate that you made previously, if you did it in a whole day tour, then you've got something to help out a little bit. Just to let you know, we will be giving away a bottle of Chairman's Reserve rum and a box of Hotel chocolates at the end of this webinar. So definitely stay tuned till the end and you can be in a chance of winning that. Now, Saint Lucia is known as the romance capital of the Caribbean. And this is because we have won over the last 3 consecutive years, the world's leading honeymoon destination. And we're proud to announce that we have also won that title for 2020, awarded by World Travel Awards. It really goes to show when people think of romantic occasions, weddings and honeymoons, you definitely think of St. Lucia as one of your top choices because you can tick so many things off your bucket list. Being able to see the pitons up close and personal, just having them as your backdrop for your wedding images really speaks volumes. Now in Saint Lucia, we are perfect for quite a few things when it comes to romance. We're perfect for proposals, bachelorette parties, elopements, destination weddings, honeymoons, anniversaries, vow renewals, and iconic romantic celebrations. Now, to get married in Saint Lucia couldn't be any easier. We have no residency, so you can get married within being on island for a couple of hours. That's perfect for if you're coming into St. Lucia on a cruise. So if you're visiting us for a day on a cruise ship and you're stopping off in St. Lucia, if you fall in love with the island, like most people do, you can definitely get married with us in that day. All you need is your passport and birth certificate, and any further documentation will depend on if one of the parties is divorced or widow or widower or has had their name changed, and you wouldn't require further documentation. But other than that, it's very easy to get married at St. Lucia. We have wedding specialists who are able to cater for everything for your clients, whether they want to get married on a lovely beach in one of our churches, in an over the water chapel, on top of the pitons, beneath the pitons. We can do everything. The next image I'm going to show you is one of my favorites. We actually hosted an underwater wedding a few years ago for a dive couple. And it really goes to show that no matter your desire, we can take care of that for you in St. Lucia and make sure that your moments are memorable. Now, accommodation. We have a range of diverse accommodation in St. Lucia. You will be hearing from a couple of our properties this evening. They'll tell you all about their properties and hope that you come visit us one day. St. Lucia is a perfect place to do a twin center holiday within the same island because the north and the south is very different. In the north, we have those lovely sandy beaches, we have the Rodney Bay area, we have various different types of cuisines and restaurants. And when you head down into the southwest coast, everything is very green, it's pristine, it's romantic. You have luxury resorts, boutique resorts with their own sanctuaries, villas. We do have over 3,500 rooms available on islands. There's definitely something for everybody and everybody's taste. Whether you're traveling as a couple with a multi-generational family or a big group, we can definitely cater to your needs. Now, if St. Lucia's beauty and all the things to do haven't inspired you enough to visit, let me tell you about her year-round calendar of events. We do have a jazz festival, which takes place in May of every year. And we also have the Saint Lucia Carnival, which takes place in July. Now, Saint Lucia Carnival is my favorite event. I try to go to Saint Lucia for Carnival every year. Unfortunately, it wasn't possible this year, but I'm looking forward to being able to enjoy it again, hopefully next year. It's really a chance for you to enjoy the culture, the local street food. You get to participate by wearing some of those flashy, colorful costumes. And you really get a real sense of the culture and the heritage of the island. So if you want to try something different, it's definitely one that I recommend. So if anybody does want to try Saint Lucia Carnival, definitely let me know in the chat box and we can see if something that we can arrange. We also have an Arts and Heritage Festival where we celebrate that Creole and French heritage that we once had. That's celebrated throughout the month of October. We do performances and plays all in that native Creole language just to really recognize and celebrate that heritage. We also have a Roots and Soul Festival that takes place at the end of summer, so the end of August, and where we bring down artists from all over the world to participate. Now, the Atlantic Rally for Cruisers, that normally starts off in Las Palmas, Gran Canaria, about mid-November, and they're actually on their way to St. Lucia now. So if you are into sailing, it's a great opportunity for you to do something different and sail down into Saint Lucia. And also your family can actually meet you out there, and you can have a big luxurious party and celebrate Christmas in the tropics. We also have the Gross Lake Street Party that takes place typically takes place every Friday, and we can't wait to be able to welcome guests back to our Gross Lake Street Party, where you can try some of the local food, our freshly caught seafood for the day, and just really enjoy the culture that we have in Saint Lucia. Now, we have a treat for you today. We do have one of our world-renowned chefs, Chef Orlando, who's going to do a small cooking demo for you this evening and really show you some of the culinary options that's available in Saint Lucia. I love food, and I love when I go to Saint Lucia because everything is very fresh. You can get healthy options, you can get unhealthy options if that's what you want to go for. If you want to go for some fast food, we have those options that are available. But I love being able to try all the locally grown food. We are able to cater to all dietary requirements as well. So if you have any specific dietary requirements and you're a little bit unsure, definitely reach out to the hotels, and they'll able to let you know what they have to offer, or even be able to cater a menu to suit you as well. Now, COVID-19, I tried to leave this to the end so I can show you how beautiful the island is and really inspire you to visit. And then we talk about how to get to Saint Lucia now. Now it's very easy. Saint Lucia is opened. We did reopen on the 9th of June. And there's a checklist of about 3 things that you need to do before traveling to Saint Lucia. The first thing is you must have a negative PCR test, which is taken no more than 7 days before traveling to Saint Lucia. And you're also subjected to mandatory screening upon arrival. So your temperature checks will be done. You'll be required to wear your masks, and social distancing will be observed as well. You must also be booked into a COVID-19 certified accommodation for the duration of your stay. This can be split between 2 COVID-19 properties, and you must also complete a travel registration form and a health screening form, which can be found on our website. If you do have any questions about traveling to Saint Lucia, you can definitely check out our website, www.stlucia.uk.org. Apologies for the typo. stlucia.org. And if not, you can always give us a call as well. We are on the phones from 9:30 to 5:30 every day, or you can drop us an email. We're happy to assist you and answer those questions for you. Now I'm just going to show you a quick video of what the travel process to the airport is like now in Saint Lucia.
The Saint Lucia Air and Seaports Authority has been working assiduously alongside the Ministry of Health under the guidance of the Chief Medical Officer for the opening of its facilities amid COVID-19. Vehicles entering the port must stop at the security checkpoints. All passengers are to enter the terminal via the designated entrance for thermal screening and show travel documents and ID at the security checkpoint to obtain access to the terminal. Our airports are operating under strict health and safety protocols. Therefore, only departing and arriving passengers will be allowed within the terminal. Face masks must be worn at all times. We have improved sanitizing at frequently touched points throughout our facility and increased sanitation stations across the facilities. We have also installed social distancing floor markers and social distancing for seating in the departure terminal. Arriving passengers will be escorted by airline ground handling staff to the port health facility to be processed in accordance with the port health protocols. Once processed, persons may proceed to the immigration hall. Passengers are required to complete the reverse side of landing cards prior to accessing the baggage claim area. All arriving travelers who have been processed through the port health facility, immigration and customs, and have exited to the arrival concourse will be dispatched by the government authorized tourism taxi via dedicated transport to either the government authorized quarantine facility or government approved hotel accommodation or private residence as approved by the Ministry of Health. For more information, please visit www.slaspa.com.
Okay, yeah, and for more information as well, you can also visit our website, like I mentioned, stlucia.org. This is how you can stay connected with us. Please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you do want to sign up to our newsletter, please let us know in the chat box, and we can definitely, we'll pop your details down so that you'll receive our newsletter when we have any offers to showcase or any news. If not, you can email us at that email address and we'll be able to add you to the newsletter. So finally, before we conclude, I'm just going to show you a short video on Saint Lucia. Hopefully we'll tie up everything that I've said today for you and inspire you to book to Saint Lucia.
Let her welcome you, warm you, wow you, with her sunshine, fun times, and vibrant hospitality. Let her excite you, amaze you, surprise you, with wonderful adventures on tropical land, sand, and sea. Let her indulge you, treat you, spoil you, with her world-class hotels, resorts, and limitless luxury. Let her relax you, restore you, renew you, with her nurturing nature, spas, and serene tranquility. Let her delight you, entice you, romance you, with her unique charm, magic, and island beauty. She is Saint Lucia. Let her inspire you.
On a rainy day like today in London, for me, that video definitely warms my heart, and it really makes me think maybe I should book a trip to St. Lucia too. So thank you so much for listening to my presentation on St. Lucia today. Thank you for letting me inspire you, and I hope that I have. And on behalf of all of us, the Saint Lucia Tourism Authority, we definitely look forward to welcome you to St. Lucia if that's what you choose for your next destination. So thank you. And now I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Karen, who is going to tell you why she loves St. Lucia, and she'll give you an option that if you do want to travel to St. Lucia and you want to inquire after this presentation, you can definitely contact her to do so.
Hi everybody. Thank you, Nicole, first of all, for inviting me to join the Zoom. I absolutely love St. Lucia. I've been in travel for, well, next year we'll be celebrating 30 years actually in the industry, and the last 6 or so I have been a St. Lucia expert, and it is absolutely one of my favourite Caribbean islands. I've been a number of times. I know a lot of the hotels personally, and I would be really happy to point you all in the right direction because they do vary considerably, and my personal knowledge I'll be able to do that to point you in the right way. I don't just sell St. Lucia, I do like to get to know my clients inside out and upside down and kind of work out where's best for you. So I will use that to, sort of question you and ask you lots of information to help point you in the right direction. I have been many times and it is just absolutely beautiful. And Nicole asked me to actually think about what I really love about St. Lucia and I tried to condense that into a couple of thoughts. Basically, I would say it's diversity would be the biggest one. You can do pretty much anything you want in St. Lucia. It really is such a small island and offers so much for everybody, from culture to history to food to helicopters. Definitely recommend the helicopter transfer, it's really brilliant. Soft adventure, the Segway is really great fun. There's loads to do. So the diversity on the island is amazing, and it works brilliantly for 2 or 3 centres to really get the feel for everything that you want to do. The last thing that really, and I am trying to keep this short and sweet, is it's so beautiful. I can't tell you, it is absolutely breathtaking. It's just the most beautiful places I've ever been. Everywhere you look, no matter how many times I return, it takes your breath away. The pitons, the boat trips, the views are absolutely stunning. This picture I took behind me on my most recent trip, which is Marigot Bay, on my iPhone, just sitting on the edge of the marina, watching the sunset. It is just fantastic. I was there in October. I did travel through all the protocols. It was well worth it, I can tell you, and it really wasn't that difficult at all. I can more than happy to talk you through what you need to do and help you fill in all the forms and complete everything. A few of the hotels have asked me to share some details of their offers this evening as well, which I can help use, to help with your prices and things. Tete Rouge, I know, are offering complimentary return airport transfers for bookings by the end of January to travel until the end of November next year. We've got up to 50% at Bay Gardens Beach Resort, and some of the other resorts as well, up to 45% for various dates throughout 2021, and I think they still have availability over the festive period as well. And Anchas Chassenay and Jade Mountain have various offers. Fifth night 3 at Jade Mountain, and complimentary up to 40% off at and Chassenay as well, and meal plans and all sorts of offers. So anything that you need, yeah, my contact details are in the chat function. Please do get in touch, and I will be happy to sort of talk through your requirements and make recommendations for you. And hopefully you'll get to go to St Lucia and fall in love with it as much as I do. It's just fabulous. So thank you again for your time this evening.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Karen. She's definitely told you all the things that she likes to do, or she loves about solution, likes to do. And I know that was probably quite difficult for you to really condense it and keep it small, because you've been quite a few times, but thank you so much. And like Karen said, her details is in the chat box. So if you do want her to recommend the best restaurant to go to, or the best place, best activities to do, then definitely contact her and she'll be happy to help you with that. So moving swiftly on, we're now going to head to the north of the island, and we're heading over to Bay Gardens Resort with Victoria and Waltrude.
Hi everyone, I hope you can all hear me. Good evening, it's lovely to be here. I'm going to take you up to the north of the island to Bay Gardens Resorts, which is a family of properties. It's really going to be hard to condense it down this evening, so I'm going to do my best, but my details are in the chat box as well. So if you'd like to get any more detailed information afterwards, then please do just drop me an email or reach out to me. So first of all, Bay Gardens Resorts is in Rodney Bay. It's a St Lucian owned and St Lucian run group of hotels. That means that you're really welcomed with a real St Lucian welcome as you arrive, and as soon as you arrive you become part of the Bay Gardens family, and that resonates right the way through your stay. Now we have got 5 properties in total and Splash Island Water Park. So just to run through those quickly, we have the Bay Gardens Inn, the Bay Gardens Hotel, the Bay Gardens Marina Haven, the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa, and the Water's Edge Villas. So 3 3-star properties, a 4-star, and the villas are 4.5 star. So I'm going to go through each one fairly quickly for you, just to give you an idea of the location. We are north of the island, as Nicole said. So as you arrive into St Lucia, if you're coming on an international flight into Huanora Airport, you're about an hour and a half's transfer up to the north. If you're coming in from another Caribbean island and you come into Castries, then it's a 20-minute drive. Now, in terms of location, Rodney Bay has got over 40 different bars and restaurants. The island's only casino, duty-free shopping. It's got the supermarkets. Everything that you need is there. And also, we're ever so close to Pigeon Island, which Nicole mentioned in the presentation as well. So you really can get out and about. You can walk out to all the different bars and restaurants and the marina. So the first property, Bay Gardens Hotel, this is such a lovely hotel. It's 87 rooms. We start with standard rooms. We have superior rooms, junior executive suites, and then 1- and 2-bedroom Croton suites. We've got 3 swimming pools at this property, beautiful gardens, fantastic restaurant called Spices. We have a lot of local St Lucians and Caribbean nationals that come and stay. So if you want to be sitting at the bar next to locals, you know, so you can converse with locals on your holiday, then it's a perfect spot. Now, in addition to that, we have the Bay Gardens Inn. I love this property so much. It's like an oasis in the middle of Rodney Bay. So you come in from all the different activities that are on your doorstep in Rodney Bay, and you can just exhale. There's only 32 rooms. It's a really small boutique style property. All of the rooms are a horseshoe shape around the main swimming pool area. Moving on from Bay Gardens Inn, we have the Bay Gardens Marina Haven. Now, this is the newest property in the family. It's also a 3-star, small boutique style product. It's not in Rodney Bay itself, it's right by the marina. And the marina has really taken on a life of its own. If you go in the evening for dinner, it's lovely. There's loads of different pop-up little restaurants, pizza, sushi, lots of different things to choose from. There's a real hive of activity as well from all the people that are coming in on the boat. So it's a great place, and this means it's a great location. Now, I mentioned the villas as well. So if you've got a group of friends or family that want to come away and have a little bit more independence, but still being supported by a resort, then these work really well. There are 2 villas. They're right next to each other. They're 4,000 square feet each. Each villa is 4 bedrooms. Inside, it's beautifully done, all very open plan, living, kitchen, dining area. Upstairs, you have 3 bedrooms and then a huge landing. And on the landing, they've actually put in sofas, a sofa bed, a big TV screen as well. So when we were there, our kind of teenage children went upstairs and chilled out and had that kind of as their lounge area, and we stayed downstairs. There's also a bedroom downstairs, so it's really great if you have anybody maybe with mobility issues, they don't want to have to climb the stairs. That works really well. You can see you've got your own private pool area and right onto the marina, so the views here are incredible. And if you were to be on a sailing holiday, there is actually an area here where you can moor your own boat as well. Now, all of those properties that I've just very, very briefly run over all link really nicely with a complimentary shuttle service that takes you down to the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa, which is on Redwee Beach. As Nicole mentioned, it's one of the best beaches in St Lucia. It's golden sand, Caribbean Sea, and we have the Bay Gardens Beach Club here. So unlimited non-motorised water sports are complimentary for all guests staying at Bay Gardens. Sun lounges are available, and we also have Splash Island Water Park. Now, this is the only open water park in St Lucia. It was opened a number of years ago. It's fantastic. It's really, really good fun. It's great if you've got families with active kids. They will wear themselves out on it all day. But it's really good for grown-ups as well, and it's really, really good fun. I last about 20 minutes and then I swim back to the beach, get myself a sun lounger and a pina colada, and I just watch the kids have such a great time. Miss Patrick, who's on the call, is going to show you this in a minute, so I won't talk too much about that, but just to say that it's available from age 6 upwards, and there are lifeguards on there all the time, so it's really, really great fun and really safe. We do weddings at Bay Gardens. I know Nicole mentioned weddings and how easy they are, and we actually start with a free wedding. So we have a free wedding package, and then we can go all the way up if you have families spread across the globe, America and the UK and Europe. It works really well to come to St Lucia to get married because it's kind of equidistance for everybody, and our weddings are fantastic. We don't charge any more for a beachfront wedding or a sunset wedding. Now, when it comes to food, Bay Gardens is really, really foodie, and they're really into their food. All of the rates are bed and breakfast. We do have a half-board supplement, and we have an all-inclusive as well. Now, a couple of things to note on the all-inclusive. If you're staying for 7 nights or more, we have a dine-around program. So some of those restaurants in Rodney Bay are on our dine-around program, and if you're staying for 7 nights, you can go out for 3 nights and choose your restaurants, and the transfers included, so you really can get dressed up and go out for dinner. But also, and really, really important, you're supporting the local economy and those local restaurants as well. Also included on our all-inclusive is a daily spa treatment. Now, this is the 4-star Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa. So like I said, it's on an amazing beach, beautiful pool. And the rooms are, we have deluxe rooms, then we have 1 and 2 bedroom suites. The 1 and 2 bedroom suites have fully fitted kitchens, and the views are either of the garden, the pool, or beachfront views as well. So these rooms are beautiful. They've recently all been refurbished, really modern. They all have flat screen TVs as well. So fantastic option if you're multi-generational or big families traveling, or still if it's couples. The main swimming pool here at the beach resort has a lovely sunken area where you can take a sun lounger in, or if you've got very young children or toddlers, they can take buckets and spades in and play on that area. It's a lagoon style pool, and it has a jacuzzi in the middle. Now, this is one of our restaurants on site. So this is Sea Grapes Restaurant. And we also have Le Maire Spa. Now, the spa is beautiful. You can have your treatments inside, or you could have your treatments outside on the beach as well. And I know that Nicole, Karen did mention, actually, we have still got some festive availability. The beach resort is getting busy really quickly. The inn and the hotel, they have still got some availability, and we do have that 45% offer. So if you are interested in getting away from the rain and the cold, I think it's meant to be snowing tomorrow in the UK, certainly in London. So if you want to escape all of that and come over for Christmas, then please do get in touch or contact Karen, and she can arrange all of that for you. Now, I am going to stop my screen share, and I'm going to hand you over to our General Manager for the Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa, Miss Waltrude Patrick, and she is going to show you the beach and I think possibly the pool as well. So Waltrude, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon, everyone.
I can't see you. Is your camera on? There we go. Fantastic.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Bay Gardens Beach Resort. I'm Walter, and I'm going to take you on a short tour. As Victoria just said, our lagoon-style swimming pool, where you can unwind, whether it's day, afternoon, or a late evening. We're going over to the beach now. Get ready for your swimsuits. Hope everybody has their swimsuit ready and their straw hat.
Wow, that looks amazing.
Voila! Best beach in Saint Lucia. To my right, we have our water sports department. And as Victoria just said, non-motorized water sports are included in your package. A long stretch of beach to laze around, relax, unwind, chill. And to my far left, Splash Island Water Park. Just waiting with open arms to welcome you and your guests to simply beautiful Saint Lucia and the Bay Gardens Beach Resort Spa, the window to paradise.
Thank you very much, Walter. That
Are
is
you
fantastic.
packing?
Lovely.
Okay.
That's great. So we will hand over to Nicole, but thank you very much, everybody, for your time. And thank you, Walter, for joining us.
You're most welcome.
Oh, thank
Happy to
you.
be part of this celebration.
Thank you. Thank you, Victoria, and thank you, Walter. That was absolutely amazing. I wish I was on the beach right now too, and it's so nice to be able to bring some sunshine and warmth into a cold and rainy day that we have in the UK. So thank you so much. So moving swiftly on now, we're going to head down to Tête Rouge in Soufrière, and I'm going to hand over to Juliet.
Thank you. Share my screen for you all. Perfect. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Juliet and I work for Essential Detail, and we're a sales and marketing representation company, and we specialise in small boutique hotels across the Caribbean. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the gorgeous Tête Rouge in Saint Lucia. So not only is Tête Rouge our smallest hotel, but it's actually Saint Lucia's smallest hotel as well. So we like to refer to it as a micro boutique hotel. It's the most intimate and boutique resort on island. It's nestled between the famous Piton Mountains, and it's an adults only property. So the hotel is located in the southwest of the island. It's in the hills at the base of the Gros Piton, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And the international airport is only a 40-minute drive away. So as we've discussed, St. Lucia is one of the islands in the Caribbean on the travel corridor list for the UK, which is great. But I'll briefly be touching on sort of the new protocols in place at Tête Rouge a little bit later in the presentation. But before that, I just want to show you a very short video just so you can get a little bit of a feel for the resort. And I'll tell you a bit about how Tête Rouge came to be. So the hotel is owned by two couples who actually visited St. Lucia 10 years ago with the aim to build a holiday home for them to enjoy with their families and friends. They found a plot of land that was perfect. They had the Gros Piton in their back garden and those uninterrupted views of the Caribbean Sea in their front garden. So they went on to buy the land in 2010 and they built the 6 suites. However, in 2015, the St. Lucia Hotel Association visited them. They fell in love with the property, and so it then became a 4-star small luxury hotel. During the construction of the property, the local people actually nicknamed it Tête Rouge, basically because of the signature red roofs, as you can see, because Tête Rouge means redhead in French. And the owners just loved the name, so they kept it. So this is Diana and Sorin, one of the two couples who own and run the resort. As a family-owned property, it's very personal, so most of the time they will be there to greet you and get to know you, so you do really feel completely at home and welcome here. So I'll now show you the accommodation at Tete Rouge. It's very easy to remember, but just because there's only one suite type and they're all the same, the entire hotel is made up of just 6 deluxe sea view suites. So the suites are spacious, they're decorated in an authentic Caribbean style. All the furniture has been locally crafted with mahogany wood by local craftsmen. And all the suites have actually recently been fitted with air conditioning as well. It's definitely unstuffy luxury here. You really do feel like you're in Saint Lucia. You've got the tropical decor, the views, the sounds of the wildlife, and you do really feel like you're on the tropical island. So all the suites have these large glass folding doors that open onto these spacious terraces. Every single room has views of the Caribbean Sea and the infinity pool. These terraces, they have handmade hammocks and with tables and chairs, so you can just relax, unwind, and take in those spectacular views. All of the rooms here are split level, so you've got your own kitchenette just a few steps above the bedroom, complete with stove, fridge, coffee maker, and all utensils. And all the rooms have modern bathrooms with double sinks and indoor and outdoor showers. I personally love the outdoor showers, and you can just take a shower while surrounded by the wildlife, and they are covered so no one can see you, don't worry. But however, if that isn't your thing, we've got an indoor shower as an option as well. Also, one of my favourite features of the suites are the walk-in wardrobes. You've got lovely big walk-in wardrobes. Again, so with only 6 suites, we have buyouts of the whole property is a really popular option. Say you've got groups of friends who are celebrating a birthday, or perhaps you've got a large multi-generational family with older children, so those aged over 18 are welcome here. So it is a great option if you've got a group, because you'll just have the whole resort to yourself. So Tete Rouge offers 3 meal plans from bed and breakfast all the way to full board. So you've got different options there. We're also looking to add an all-inclusive rate very soon. So hopefully for those traveling next year, we've got an all-inclusive rate. There's one restaurant at Tete Rouge, it's Tea Coco restaurant. This is exclusively for guests' use. They've got a fantastic chef here, and he cooks authentic St. Lucian dishes. And as you can see, the restaurant has a thatched roof. It's open air, so you've not got full walls, and you've just got, again, those incredible sea views from every angle. The ethos of the food here is very much taking advantage of seasonal fresh ingredients, including locally caught fish, seasonal lobster, locally grown fresh fruit and vegetables. And we've had so many reviews from people who've travelled around the island. Those who stay at Tete Rouge, they say it's just some of the best food on island because it's so fresh and authentically St. Lucian. So private dining options are available here as well. The hotel is suited so well for honeymooners or couples. If you're looking for a romantic getaway, you can have your own little private romantic setup here. There's also a fantastic swim-up bar, which is right at the end of the 40-foot saltwater infinity pool, with that spacious sun deck and those shaded palapas. Again, it's just absolutely beautiful. It's like your own little private oasis. As I said, it's a very relaxed vibe here, and many of the guests say that they feel like they have the whole place to themselves because it never feels busy. It's like your own little oasis, as I said. There isn't a typical spa at the hotel, but we do offer a range of treatments that you can have in the privacy of your own suite or on your spacious sun deck. The 2 most popular are the banana leaf body wrap and the coconut milk foot bath, which you can see here. So everywhere you look around this resort, there's just wonderful wildlife. You've got hummingbirds, lizards, tropical fruit, you've got beautiful gardens surrounding the hotel. It's really such a little haven, and it appeals to nature lovers as well. So although the resort isn't set right on the beach, we've got the Ansel of Ron beach, which is within walking distance. It's an unspoiled, very natural beach. It feels very private. It's about a 15-minute walk down to the beach. I would say it's about a half an hour walk back because it is quite steep, but don't worry, the hotel offers complimentary shuttles from the hotel to the beach, so you don't have to do the long walk back if you don't want to. As I mentioned, it's an adults only resort, so the hotel's really popular for honeymooners. We've got some fantastic packages. These start at around £150. These include a number of extras from Prosecco and chocolate in the suite to private romantic boat trips as well. And as I mentioned, it's really great for weddings. So if you've got a little intimate wedding, it's a really great option as well. So the location of the resort is perfect for those looking to get out and about and explore the island. And the staff here are fabulous at arranging and recommending excursions. These can be booked in advance. We do find that people just prefer to book them once they've arrived and had a bit of a chat with the staff about what they'd recommend. As we've already mentioned, the most popular excursion is hiking the Gross Piton. You can visit the waterfalls. There's also boat and snorkeling tours. My favourite, which is bean to bar chocolate making, zipline excursions. There's so much to do, and Tête Rouge is situated so perfectly for getting out and about. Now I have to mention the amazing staff here. So when you're scrolling through those TripAdvisor reviews, one thing that repeatedly comes up is the amazing staff. They really are sort of a testament to the success of this hotel. 92% of Tête Rouge's reviews are 5-star. They recently won a 2020 Traveller's Choice Award, which places them in the top 10% of hotels worldwide. And for such a small hotel that's family owned, it's really great to get that recognition, and it speaks for itself really. The staff here do just make your stay so special. Okay, so I'm sure you've heard a lot about sort of COVID procedures. I just wanted to briefly cover what's been done at Tête Rouge, so you know that the safety of staff and guests is top priority. So the hotel reopened in July, and it was the 12th hotel on island to reopen. As I said, it's a spacious resort. There's only 6 suites, so social distancing really isn't a challenge here. It is the perfect escape to get away from it all. And the staff here have worked really hard to ensure that the hotel is COVID-19 certified. They've put all the measures in place. As you can see here, we've got meticulous cleaning and sanitisation throughout the resort, and the suites have a sticker of approval every single day when they're cleaned and sanitised. We've got a reduced number of tables in the restaurant. As you can see here, it's just been rearranged to ensure social distancing is enforced, and the hotel has offered private in-suite dining at no extra cost. So before there was an extra cost to have dining in your suite. But obviously, since this has all happened, the hotel have just said, we're not going to charge for that. You can have private dining in your suite if you wish, so you can have the option. So we do have another property in Saint Lucia, which is East Winds. This is on the north coast of the island, and it's right on the beach, and it's got 30 rooms. So if perhaps you were thinking of staying at 2 different hotels whilst on holiday, maybe you want a beach resort and you want to twin it with a retreat in the mountains, this is a great option for these 2 hotels to twin centre. Do let us know, or Karen know, if you want to twin centre this, and we can offer you a twin centre rate. So we've actually got an exclusive special offer for those of you on the call today. So we've got general savings of up to 25% for travel next year, but we're also offering complimentary return airport transfers. And this is just for those on the Zoom call today. So do contact Karen if you want to take advantage of that and book your stay and get those free transfers, because it's just for you guys. Okay, so I've given you a bit of a whistle-stop tour of this property. I hope I've given you a bit of a flavour of the resort. You can visit our website, which is essentialdetail.co.uk. It's on screen now. Again, I'll put all my details in the chat box. Just if you want a bit more information, do visit our website, and you can see all of our other hotels as well. But thank you so much for listening. And again, any questions, I'll be in the chat to answer them. So thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you for that quick stop in Tête Rouge. Oh, those views are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for virtually taking us there. Okie dokie. So still staying in the Soufrière area, we are now going to head over to Anne Chasney and Jade Mountain with Carolyn.
Hi, everyone. I'm ready to share my screen when you guys are. There we are. Okay, thank you. So, Nicole, can you see my slides now?
Yes, I can see it.
Fantastic. So hi everyone again. I'm Carolyn Trubetskoy. My husband Nick and I are the owners of two wonderful resorts in Saint Lucia called Anse Chastanay and Jade Mountain. We are in the most scenic part of the island, which is the southwest near our famous Piton Mountains, which you have seen prominently in all of these presentations. And as you can see on this picture, our properties are directly adjoining. On the lower hillside, you have Anse Chastanay and also at beach level, and directly above sits Jade Mountain. We have lived in Saint Lucia since the 70s, so we are proud Saint Lucian citizens, and these are therefore also local properties. And my husband, who is an architect, designed and built Jade Mountain, which we opened in 2007. By lucky coincidence, if you look at the water, all of the island's coral reefs are in the southwest corner of the island, and therefore we also have excellent snorkeling and scuba diving right off property. Our resort entails a 600-acre estate stretching over two valleys and giving us the advantage of two beaches. In the valley behind the second beach called Anse Mamin, we have over 12 miles of hiking and mountain biking trails that belong to the property. We are also the only resort in Saint Lucia that has a private heliport. So when you arrive at the international airport, Hivanora, you could choose to come by helicopter. It's 60 minutes by land taxi and only 6 minutes by helicopter. It's a very James Bondish way to arrive. You see how dramatic the island looks, and imagine you are landing there and flying over those pitons as you arrive. It's quite sensational. These are some snapshots of our beaches. This is the Anse Chastanay beach. You see how crystal clear the water is. And the beaches are actually connected with a path, and that's something I love doing, is walking from one beach to the next and then landing at Anse Mamin Beach. And as I mentioned, in the valley behind the second beach are all of these biking and hiking trails. They are the remains of an old colonial plantation, and there's also excellent bird watching, and a lot of our estate guides are actually trained to take you bird watching right on the property. You can rent mountain bikes from us. There's 50 bikes, and these you can use on our own resort trails, which is fantastic, and one of our great advantages that we have so much on offer right on property. Here you have another slide that shows you how these properties are adjoining. I'm going to let you have a look at Anse Chastanay first. Anse Chastanay is a classic Caribbean property. We really are very colorful. We speak to the colors of the Caribbean. It's an authentic property. And for the last 35 years, I have worked with local and international artists so that every room has a different story to tell that has a lot of artwork involved. There's only 49 rooms at Anse Chastanay. 37 of these rooms are on a hillside. And of course, they have the beautiful view of the surrounding sea and the pitons. There are different categories of rooms. I showed you a superior room. This is a Hill Deluxe room. I should mention that these rooms are not air conditioned on a hillside. You are in a natural environment, and as you are on a hillside, the natural breezes are wonderful, and you don't really need air condition to be nicely ventilated and staying cool. You can also see that these are very spacious rooms. And this is the top category on a hillside called the premium rooms. Some of them are open walled, meaning that you're always one-on-one with a few, but this is more like an exception at Anse Chastanay. We have about 5 rooms that have an open wall concept. The others have the wooden louvers, so it's still very open, but the louvers give it more of a traditional feel. At beach level, we have 12 beachside deluxe rooms. These are air conditioned because you don't have the same breezes at the hillside, on the beach level. And these are popular rooms if you have families. Now, Anse Chastanay takes children of age 10 in the winter, age 6 in the summer as a guideline. We cater mostly to couples, but when the children are of a certain age, they do enjoy the property very, very much. We also have a number of interconnecting 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom suites that you can request from us. For a small property, we give you a lot of choices for dining. There's almost every night over 4 menus available. This is our Bala'u seafood restaurant on the hillside. This is the Emerald Vegans restaurant. We have an entirely vegan restaurant, by the way. More and more guests appreciate this. And we are very lucky that our produce comes from our own farm. I'll show you a picture of that farm in a little while. In addition, our guests can also dine at beach level in our Beach Grill or Apsara, which is an East Indian St. Lucian fusion restaurant. And again, speaks a little bit to the history of St. Lucia, where we also had an influx of East Indian workers in the 19th century. Guests enjoy our private beach dining options. There's 2 beaches that are available for that. We also have our own sailing yacht for half-day or full-day cruising, and an amazing array of water sports equipment. Because we are in a marine reserve, the water sports equipment is non-motorized, so you wouldn't come to us for jet ski or water ski, but we have all the non-motorized equipment. Water enthusiasts, I mean, will delight in the fantastic snorkeling right offshore. And we own and operate our own scuba operation. It's the biggest in the Eastern Caribbean. We have a full diving schedule with beach and boat dives twice daily, night diving twice weekly. And as you have heard from Nicole, the scuba diving, the dive sites in St. Lucia are exceptional. We also have yoga instructors on our resort team. We offer complimentary yoga morning at night. And we are also near all of these great sightseeing attractions like going to the mud bath and covering yourself with mud. Now I'm going to take you on a quick tour of our sister property, Jade Mountain, which, as you have seen, is directly adjoining Anse-Chastanay. Call it a resort within a resort concept. Jade Mountain looks more like a sculpture than a hotel structure in the traditional sense. The entire Jade Mountain faces forward to the pitons, but when you arrive what I would call the back of the building, and the first thing you see is a myriad of bridges, because when you arrive at Jade Mountain, you need to cross over your own private bridge to get to the entrance door of your suite. We call our suites sanctuaries. And what our suites are famous for is the open wall concept. There's only 29 suites, and they all have this amazing open wall. And 24 out of the 29 suites have private pools. Now, please don't call them plunge pools. These pools are up to 900 square feet in size. And whether you lie in your bed, whether you sit on your couch or you're in your pool, you're always one-on-one with a great views. Whilst Anse-Chastanay takes children, Jade Mountain itself is an adults only property. We have mostly couples, but those that have been locked up perhaps with the wrong partner are also now booking single holidays. So we have created the single moon package for those who want to celebrate themselves. In terms of different categories, all you need to remember that in the pool category, there are four different room types called Star, Moon, Sun, and Galaxy. The higher the rate at Jade Mountain, the bigger the pool, the bigger the suite, but even the smallest suite is already oversized, 1,400 square feet and up, and the smallest pool is over 450 square feet. So all of these suites are very spacious. They are beautifully designed, individually designed, different pool tile colors. This now is a sun category sanctuary. Even the bathtubs have a view, the bathrooms, and everything faces the beautiful Piton Mountains. The top category is the Galaxy. There are 3 of them, and they are the top category because not only do you have the beautiful Piton views, you also have amazing sunsets as you are on the highest level of the building on the west side. All the pools are heated, so you can stay in them as long as you like. This is a pre-COVID picture, and that's the new normal. We stand a little further apart. We wear face masks, but the guest enjoyment is just as wonderful as it was before COVID. You have beautiful options for dining also at Jade Mountain. That's the Jade Mountain Club. That's the restaurant. Guests can also, of course, dine in their private sanctuary. And on top, they have privileges at our sister property, Anse-Chastanay. So a lot of choices for the Jade Mountain guests who also can dine at Anse-Chastanay or do private dining on the beach. In terms of activities, I showed you what's on offer, so much from biking, hiking, but you can also visit our farm. The farm is about 20 minutes from the property. We grow our own produce there. We also have over 2,000 of our own cocoa trees, and we have a chocolate laboratory at Jade Mountain where guests can learn how to make chocolate. We also use chocolate in the spa. If you don't want to eat it, you slather it all over your body. We have yoga instructors also at Jade Mountain, beautiful boutique spa. And we have a wonderful sustainability story to tell, which I will hold back on for another day. I will put my contact details in the box, and also on our websites, you can see what the current situation looks like. All of our resorts, activities and facilities are available again. And certainly I would love to see your clients stay with us, or maybe you want to visit yourself. So I hope that I could show you something new that you haven't seen before. And thank you very much for having listened. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. That was just breathtaking, seeing those amazing views again. One of my favorite places at Jade Mountain definitely is that chocolate laboratory. Oh, just the smell of chocolate, it warms my heart.
And Nicole, if I may say goodbye to everyone, Nikolai, my son, is on the line. He'll entertain you, as I have another presentation start 30 seconds ago, so excuse me.
No problem. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, Nikolai, for joining us as well. So he will be with us to the end, and he will do the prize and the question. Okie dokie, so you've seen some amazing properties in Saint Lucia. Now we have a special treat for you. We're going to inspire you with a cooking demo from our award-winning chef, Chef Orlando, who is live in Saint Lucia.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh, Chef, you just need to mute one of your microphones.
Yeah. Good. One minute. Okay, folks, good afternoon. Welcome to Saint Lucia. I'm Chef Orlando in the house, sharing the love with you guys. Sorry for the miscommunication, as they say. And as I said to you, it's really nice to hear all those wonderful places where you can go in Saint Lucia. But the good thing is you have to eat. Whatever you do, you got to eat and you got to feel the love, okay? So my name is Chef Orlando. Just in case some of you are not familiar with who I am, I've been in Saint Lucia now over 20 years. Ooh, that's a long time. I was the executive at another 5-star hotel. Some of you might be familiar with Ladera back in my days. But now I have Orlando's restaurant, which is in Soufriere. I like to call it the best kept secret, because while you can wine and dine at all these wonderful hotels, you still got to come out to your hotel, escape from your hotel, and get a bit of a, what I call local flavor, local Caribbean experience. So I am down in the town of Soufriere, and today we've got a few minutes to sort of talk to you a little bit about the cuisine, what makes the Caribbean unique. What I'm doing here in Saint Lucia now is about giving people a local flavor. This is the Caribbean. There's no need to come and get the best Italian, best French. You may do, but when you get to come to the Caribbean, you get the best of the Caribbean. So I'm going to give you a few dishes, inspiration ideas, and I'm also going to give you a nice cocktail. And then let's see if you can have some fun. Now, I hope you can all hear me. Anyone hear me, Nicole? You good?
Yep, I can all hear you, and I can see the videos. They can hear you as well.
Okay, wonderful. So before we start there, Orlando's restaurant has been in existence 8 years. Give me a mixing bowl. 8 years. 8 years. My vision was to bring the best of the Caribbean. Coming from originally Birmingham, England, and then moving to London. Now I'm in Saint Lucia. But I've traveled all around the world promoting the Caribbean cuisine. We are fortunate as a restaurant to accomplish a lot because by definition, our cuisine is unique in terms of trying to keep the traditional flavor, but with the more creative ideas behind it. I'm proud to say that we just recently got our last award was recognized by Travel and Leisure as one of the top 20 restaurants in the world on their listings, which is as the only one in Saint Lucia and the only one in the region of the Caribbean. I feel very proud about that. But that makes Saint Lucia a unique place to come. So we have great locations, but hopefully great cuisine. In doing so, I'm going to share some local love with you. So before I go there, let me give you a little coconut experience. You got chopping out there? Do we know? Oh. So some of you are not familiar with how to open a coconut. And by the way, when you come into our restaurant, you might see it on your table, and you're wondering, why is there a chair on my table? Well, the reason why the chair on your table is to relax you a little bit. It's to get you in a place of comfortability when you're sitting on a chair and you're watching a chair. And actually, it's actually quite useful for your speakers and your microphone anyway, especially in COVID now. It's even better still. And each one of our chairs, they have a different names. So we don't do table one, we do Marigot Bay, we do Souffre, we do different names of the communities. So you get familiarity. Anyway, just go back to my conversation. Coconuts, I'm sure, especially in the UK, you all see these, what we call dry coconuts. Now, I'm wondering if you know how to open those dry coconuts. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration how to quickly open up in 2 seconds. Now, when you have your coconut, make sure you shake it. And if you don't hear water, it's not good. You got to hear the water in the coconut. One of the things when you come to the Caribbean is also, you may get a jelly coconut, which is a really big green coconut. Inside that, that's inside. A jelly coconut is really what we call the recovery. If you had too much to drink, the alkalines in the jelly coconut recover you in a second. So that's something to look out for. But on your dry coconut, listen to your water. Now you can take a good sized knife. And of course, you know, the idea is to hold in your hand, and then now what you got to do, knock it all the way around. But you can give it a good whack. And if you keep knocking it, and you get a different knock. And there you have, you demonstrate how to open your coconut. So again, it's a fun idea. Again, you can put the coconut in the oven for about 15 minutes, and the coconut will shrink, and you can lift it out, and you're good to go. Your water, you take that coconut, grate it, mix it with the water, and you can squeeze it, and you get coconut milk. So again, another fun idea. Before I go into my demonstration, some people who like desserts. So a quick dessert for you, quick presentation dessert. Very easy. I make a nice shortbread, and I mean a shortbread, you know, a little flour, a little butter, a little sugar, a little flavor there. And then of course, since it is Christmas, you can take your grated coconut, along with, guess what, pumpkin. Now in the Caribbean, you all know pumpkins, but you know, you never make it as a dessert. So what we've taken actually, we've taken ripe pumpkin, coconut, some rum, some sugar, some cinnamon, and basically cook it down, caramelize it down. And we're going to stir it on top of that, do the ice cream here. And put on top of that, like that. Keep it simple. So again, there you have your Christmas idea, because of course everyone loves pumpkin. In the Caribbean, we all know about pumpkin soups, but you never know you can use it as a dessert, which is quite nice, you know. Keeping it simple, you know, and you can do this at home. Any kind of coconut is really, really nice. Please juice it on top. That's the soup. Another one. And then we take you got your wonderful. You got some ice cream there. Your ice cream soup. And you can place on top. And this is your flavor of the Caribbean. Very nice and simple, easy. Just one bit of chocolate sauce. And you got a wonderful, and that's an easy Christmas concept, nice and easy to go. So that's one simple dish there. At Orlando's restaurants, our concept is called Petit Manger, small plate to the Caribbean. In this time, we want people to appreciate the cuisine. For me, I find that we are doing that Caribbean food. Food is an element of eating. You're hungry, you're going to eat food. Cuisine is going to be an experience where you sit down and you enjoy your experience for the cuisine experience. So at Orlando's restaurant, we give you a taste of the cuisine. So it's all about small plates, 5-course tasting menu, ranging from about 55 to 60 US, which is about 30 pounds for a 5-course menu, you know what I'm saying? And it's all local, and I would say 95% local in terms of some of the products. Now, I was when I spoke to Nicole today, she was talking about doing a simple idea. So I said, since we've got a British audience, when I grew up in the UK, we used to have mince pie. Oh, mince pie was fabulous. I used to love mince pie. And I always thought mince pie was the idea of ground beef. No, mince pie is a container of sultanas, you know, currants and all, and it minced it up. It looked like mince pie. So of course, you know, coming from the UK, that was the idea. So Christmas time was a great mince pie. And of course, coming from the UK, there's nothing like, we know Robinson's mince pie. You can buy it in Safeways, you know, anywhere there. I mean, the best mince pie, you know. So I'm just giving you an idea. You guys can have some fun with it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our minced meat pie, and do a combination of rum and bring it together. But first, we do our pastry. So we got a nice pastry, yeah? Now, this is when I do some work, which I don't, people might think I don't do work, but I do work actually. Take your mixture, and then you can put your pastry inside. And then just, you know, gently. I'm sure all the people who are into pastry, the shortcut pastry, this is like, again, flour, the butter. Again, I always like to use a little egg wash. It's like 1 egg and temp water. It's like not hot water, not cold, but do it temp. So it gets it nice and not, you can feel the pastry. Okay? You do it simple like that. Then you can take a spoon if you want to the corner, and just mark the end of your pastry. Okay? Let's take our mixture. Now our mixture, we've got our lovely mincemeat, you know. You all know it as in the UK, it's been wonderful mincemeat. This was serving here is called a calabash. So we use a calabash to serve it, to do our mixture in. So we got our mincemeat there. We're gonna add a little bit of grated ginger. And for those people that come in ginger, do not waste the ginger. When you're peeling ginger, do not use a knife, use a spoon to peel the ginger. So you can take a spoon and it will remove all the skin of the ginger quite easily. So try not to get too cut of the ginger and waste the ginger. I mean, it's a very nice way of doing it. Okay, so you got your mincemeat. You can take your ginger, which I've grated, mix it with ginger there. We're going to take our ripe plantain. And of course, you know, take a bit of nutmeg. Of course, fresh nutmeg is good, but it's local, so it's great. A bit of vanilla. And of course, you know, I like rums here in the Caribbean. And this is one of our famous rums here. It's our Crystal Chairman's White. This is going to give you a nice essence to your mincemeat. So again, you know, I mean, of course, in the Caribbean, we like a good double rum in our food, you know. So I'm going to give 1, 2. And then give it a good stir. Now again, what you want to do is make sure you get all the flavors come together there. Now there's no point to eat, I mean, again, the plantain's already cooked, your mincemeat's already cooked, so what you're going to do now is fill your pastry. And that's really beautiful. And that's taken our traditional Christmas mince pie and add a little Caribbean twist onto it. So put it right in there. I'm sure any of you guys can do this back home. This is not rocket science, as they say. Yeah? I mean, the thing about the Caribbean cuisine, we are unique in ourselves. But you know, it's not everything you're going to find back home. So the idea really is to give you a flavor of it, an influence, you know? So the rum, your plantain, you definitely find in your Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer's, you know, giving those people a shout out, you know, Morrison's. Okay, then our pastry now, just take it on top. Before we go there, let's put a bit of egg wash around the corner. Give it nice and simple. And then put it on top there like that. And then we take our rolling pin and then just rub the corner. So all those pastry chefs there, sorry guys, I'm not a pastry chef. I'm just a guy who loves to cook. This is my skill, but I mean, I guess I figure I have to do something, yeah? And then you move that there, off the end. And then you take your finger, just push those down like that. And you got a beautiful touch right there. And then you take your, is it sugar? Some sugar? White sugar, yeah. You take your egg wash, put on top of that. Keeping it simple. And then what you'll do is take a bit of sugar on top. Of course, you know, couple O's just to let it air breathe a little bit. Now you pop this in the oven. Now, of course, my oven is a convection, so I would say to you, you know, if you do it at about 150, 160, I would say about 15, 20 minutes, and you're good to go with that. And we're going to serve this in a few minutes. We pop it in the oven. Okay. So anyway, folks, again, it's about the Caribbean. I mean, it's all about keeping it simple. In this COVID moment, we have, as independent restaurants, we're really feeling the challenges. I think, you know, at the end of the day, we're Orlando's restaurant. Our aim is to give you a flavor of the Caribbean, give you an experience. So we are offering an opportunity to do grab and go for now. We also offer an opportunity for guests who are in a private house if they want us to deliver to them and cook for them. The idea is that you come to Saint Lucia, hopefully by the next few weeks or next year, you discover us in Soufrière. We are about simplicity food, you know, we're about using local as possible. And another one we do here, one of the things we do here very simply, we do our pumpkin soup, you know. Our pumpkin soup is unique. Again, it's a petit manger, so everything's going to be small portions if you want it that way. So it's a very simple, and that's a soup made of pumpkin, turmeric, and ginger. Again, you know, you bring it, you boil it, you get a flavor. A nice idea as well is making an appetizer or a taster. Grilled guava. And what we've done with that, we've grilled the guava, and we're going to now fill that now with some Christophine and pumpkin. Great liver pumpkin. Again, it's a nice taster. So you give a real flavor of Saint Lucia. Okay? And everyone's familiar with guava. It's very high, you know, in vitamin. I mean, it's excellent, you know. So that's an opportunity there. So again, that's another taster there. You can try. Now at this moment, I have a few minutes left, and I figure and Nicole didn't know I was going to do this. But all you guys there back home, are you listening to, folks? I need to see if you're jumping up and down and listening. One of the things, I have my Christmas spirit. So what I'm going to do with my Christmas spirit is going to give you a little cocktail. I want to call it the Lele rum punch. Normally I have a Lele, but I have no Lele today. But the reason I'm not using a Lele today because you guys are not going to get a Lele back home. But you will definitely use a whisk. So I hope you guys can hear me there. You definitely can use a whisk. And the idea of the whisk is you're going to have to do the Lele dance. So I'm hoping you guys are going to do the Lele. Now, we're doing a nice cocktail. Get the ice, please, yeah? What we've got in our cocktail, we've taken sugar, a little bit of sugar, some ginger, and some cinnamon. And it's chilled. We're going to use a local spice rum, bounty spice rum. We're going to use a little grenadine syrup. And of course, you know, you always have to have your bitters. Now, we'll put that right in there. Not much, just a look at there. Now, you see, you got a Lele though. It's called a Lele Christmas. It's called a Lele Christmas cocktail. So put that right there. And now we're gonna do some syrup, simple syrup, gradient syrup. Sorry, a bit of gradient syrup in there. And of course, for a nice spice rum, good lump, you know. And of course, some ice. And of course, we have our bitters. The bitters is really, really great, yeah? And of course, you know, we got a bit of nutmeg. Now, the secret of that now is your Lele. Now, you can do that, but that's not fun. You gotta do like a Lele with it, you know? And the Lele is going down and give it a little wine and give it a little Lele and give it a little moment. So you got a little Lele going on, okay? And then you got your wonderful cocktail. And I want to call it the Lele cocktail.
That cocktail looks absolutely amazing.
And so what we're going to do with that right now, we have our sugar cane. Now, I know one of the things that I've been doing it for so many years, I do a lot of things and then I see stuff repeated what I do and I'm like, excellent. The sugar cane is really nice stirrer. So when you do your sugar cane, you take your sugar cane and you get a knife and then you beat the end of your sugar cane. So when you put your drink in there, you're going to stir it and the flavor is going to release. And now we're going to pour our Lele cocktail in there. keeping it simple, of course. And of course, you know, with any lay comes a lady. And of course, you got to stir your cocktail, and you got your flavor, and you got the sugar cane right there with your lay, and you're good to go. And of course, you know, any cocktail with a charming lady is always a good cocktail, in my opinion, of course. That's what man says, right? There you go. But guys, remember, here in Saint Lucia, when you come to Orlando's, you can ask for the lay cocktail. And if you're not doing the lay, here's what we're going to do for you. When you come to my restaurant, and if you give me a lay, you get a free cocktail. How is that? So any one of you guys when you come to Orlando's restaurant, and you can give me your lay dance, you get your complimentary lay. And your lay has to get a little wine. No stiffness. We don't want no English stiffness, because I'm British. I understand this. We need a lay. Look, a lay, wind down. Okay? So there you have your nice cocktail there.
Lovely. Thank you so much for that.
I'm going to finish up right now with my dessert. With my dessert, which I kind of finished already, one I did early on. So as I say, one we did early one. So there's our tart. And I want to show you inside of that tart there. So you'll see inside of that, that's beautiful. There's a beautiful tart there. So for our presentation, we do have our nice tray. It says on the idea, Orlando's concept is share the love. Share the love means we the people share love with you. But of course, it also means Saint Lucia, STL. So the Orlando's, and then ice cream. Okay. So what we're gonna do, put that right there. I'm gonna put that right there. And see, I mean, again, it's always about the O and the love and the romantic moments, you know? And again, that's served warm. I mean, not as big as that, of course, but I'm sure the idea of Christmas is in you. Let me see on camera. Give me a this. Yeah. You got a nice ice cream scoop. And then, there we go. And then what we'll do, I'm gonna give you a wonderful pumpkin ice cream, which goes right on top of there. Beautiful pumpkin ice cream goes there. And of course, if you want, you know, you got a bit of ice and sugar. Just ice and sugar on top. Just a little bit, there you go. And there you have your wonderful dessert. I mean, you know, people like a bit of chocolate sauce, always good. Not much. And there you have your wonderful Christmas mince tart. I want to call it, you know, the love with, you know, the island mince pie, you know. And you got wonderful plantain, you got rum, you got your ginger, you got a lot of love in there. And of course, the pumpkin ice cream is something unique to us in Saint Lucia, and I can observe. So again, you come to Orlando's, you're definitely going to discover the secret of what we do here. I'm hoping that you enjoy the experience with us. And again, like I said to you, we're going through challenges here. Orlando's restaurant, we're the only restaurant in Suffolk at the moment, I believe, are certified for international guests. So your guests are more than welcome at our restaurant. We're more than happy to take care of them. I can, you know, it's about sharing. Our main aim down here is to support the community. You know, it's been quite a challenge it's been a challenging year, but I do believe things are better to come. I look forward to the continuous support of the hoteliers around the community, because when it comes down to it, the word is let it inspire you. Let it inspire you means we inspire each other, from the hotels to our shuttle drivers, to our community drivers, to our farmers, our fishermen, critically our fishermen. I would love you if you have the opportunity to go on my website, and I'll share with you, with Nicole.
Yes, thank you.
We do a wonderful thing for supporting our vendors every year. We take care of our local vendors, complimentary lunch. So something we want to do every year. Again, thank you for joining us today, and I really appreciate your support.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chef Orlando, for being here with us today. And thank you guys for staying on the chat with us. I know we ran over time just a little bit, but we really wanted to show you an authentic St. Lucian dish, something that some of you may be able to try over Christmas. And if you do, definitely send us the pictures on our Facebook page or tag us on Instagram so that we can see what you came up with. So thank you so much, Chef Orlando. And I'm sure they all will be flooding to the restaurant. When
well, you're going to miss the food. I'm going to eat it alone now. I'm going to share it to myself.
Thank you. So we just have a couple more minutes, and then we're going to close off the evening. So thank you again so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you being here with us to learn a little bit more about Saint Lucia, and hopefully you will be taking those trips in the future and share those beautiful memories with us. So now we got to the fun part of the evening, the prize section. So hopefully you were listening to all the presentations this evening from myself, Bay Gardens Resort, Tete Rouge, and also Anne Chassenay Jade Mountain. So we're gonna try to test you a little bit to make sure you're listening and ask you a question. And if we can get the answers in the chat. So the winner will be the first person who puts the answer in the chat box. And unfortunately, it is one prize per person. So if you have one, definitely give somebody else a chance. I know I could see a lot of you taking down your notes in your notebooks, so hopefully the answers are there. So we will start off with a Saint Lucia prize, and we are giving away a bottle of Chairman's Reserve rum and also a box of Hotel Chocolat chocolates. Definitely you can eat them together. Or if you want to, you can drizzle some, like I saw in the chat, over your Christmas puddings over Christmas. So the question for the Saint Lucia prize is, can you name one activity that you can do in Saint Lucia? So I'm looking forward to see that. Oh, I've got a couple of answers coming up. So the first answer I can see is from you, and that was scuba. So congratulations to you. You've just won yourself a bottle of St. Lucian Chairman's Reserve rum and a box of chocolates. I'm just gonna take your details down. Lovely. And now we do have some gift vouchers available. So I'm going to go in order of the presentation. So I'm going to then head over to Victoria, and she's going to ask you her question and tell you what you're going to be winning.
All right, guys. Okay, so can anybody write down in the chat the name of the beach that Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa is situated on?
Oh, lovely. I've got Charlie straight in with a Redwy.
Wow, congratulations, Charlie. You have won a £30 Amazon voucher.
Lovely, thank you. Okie dokie, so we're moving on to Juliet at Tete Rouge, and she's going to tell you what you're going to win and ask you a question.
Fab, so we've again got a £30 voucher for you guys from Tete Rouge. As you know, Tete Rouge is St. Lucia's smallest hotel, but how many rooms are there at Tete Rouge?
Oh, straight in with Daniel, and he said 6.
Well done, 6, yeah.
Perfect, thank you, Daniel. So we will, I do have everybody's contact details and email addresses from your register, so we will be in contact with you so you'll be able to send your details over to the partners so you can get your prize. And last but not least, we are heading over to Nikolai, who is going to tell you all about the Anne Chassenay Jade Mountain prize, and they'll be giving away as well £30 vouchers. Nikolai, are you still with us? Okay, well, I did have a question from Carolyn, so I can go ahead and do that. To win the £30 vouchers from Anne Chassenay and Jade Mountain, the question is, can you name the diving operation at Anne Chassenay? So what's the name of the dive company down at Anne Chassenay, Jade Mountain? Oh, that might be a little bit of a tricky one. I don't have any answers as yet. Does anybody know? Carolyn would have said it in her presentation. You're close, Bob. Does anybody else want to have a guess? Scuba is close, but there is another name. It does have another name attached to it. If we have no more guesses, then I may give it to Bob because he is the closest to the first. No, Scuba Saint Lucia. Well done. Thank you, Bob, for it is Scuba Saint Lucia. That's the name of the dive operation at Anne Chassenay Jade Mountain. So congratulations, Bob. That prize will be on its way to you. Okie dokie. So that concludes our evening. If you guys do have any further questions following on to the webinar, definitely be in touch with us. I know all of my co-hosts have popped their details into the chat box. If you have any specific questions on any of the resorts or in St. Lucia, you can definitely reach out to us and we'd love to answer those for you. So thank you so much for staying with us. I know we ran a little bit over time, but hopefully we have inspired you as much as we can and virtually taken you to St. Lucia this evening. And we look forward to welcoming you. So on behalf of myself and the Saint Lucia Tourism Authority and all our hotel partners, Bay Gardens Resorts, Tete Rouge, and Chassenay Jade Mountain, thank you again for joining us today, and stay safe and have a lovely Christmas.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.